Sign up today for a 7-day free trial at alerts.chartguys.com. Everyone checking in on the cryptocurrency space. Finally back from Mexico. Had a great time with members, and we'll post some videos over the coming week of that trip. So we had some pullback and some loss of some short-term supports and also a bounce to start today. I currently am all cash, and I attempted to get into some positions first thing this morning. LTC, I placed some bids, but unfortunately I woke up about 30 minutes too late, and the bounce got going without me. Easy to have no FOMO on that bounce though, because anything on the daily time frame under certain levels just giving us lower highs. So let's talk big picture. Weekly time frame inside bars are forming on a lot of names. So we're anticipating that's likely going to hold until Sunday, and then once those new candlesticks start forming, if the inside bars break bearish, then weekly consolidation is underway to be looking for a higher low to be set. And on names like Litecoin, that's where I'm going to be watching for the potential of an entry, looking for the weekly inverse head and shoulders setup. So jumping around a little bit right now, but looking at the left shoulder, the head. If this inside bar breaks bearish next week, our top is set on the weekly move. We're looking for a weekly higher low to be set. And that's where we're going to be looking for the potential of the inverse head and shoulders pattern to play out. So that's why I'm interested on weekly consolidation. But as far as short term goes, we would have to see the downtrend on the daily continue in order for that weekly inside bar, which hasn't even formed yet, but if it forms, to see it break bearish, we would have to see Bitcoin fail 87.92, the last little daily lower high, and then drop down to a lower low under 82.16. So that's something I'm keeping an eye on. The 4-hour chart has not changed the trend. It's just a nice bounce coming off of the low. And the hourly chart has not changed the trend yet as well. Again, just a whole bunch of green in a row off of the low. And right now, a little bit of support, 84.35, and bulls trying to see some continuation to keep this move going. So for me, I'm zooming out. I'm bigger picture right now in the cryptocurrency space. I'm looking at the weekly time frame and the daily time frame, and I'm not really that concerned with the shorter term time frames. I was interested this morning because of 4-hour oversold conditions, but now that this bounce has taken place without me, again, I'm not going to rush and try and grab a position. I'm going to patiently wait on the longer term time frames to give me a setup that I like as far as the risk to reward. So I'm watching the daily lower high on Bitcoin, the Bitcoin dominance chart. Let's look at the 12-hour time frame here. So Bitcoin dominance chart, 12-hour time frame. There we go. So I'm looking at this as a bit of a double top up at 67.97. We've got a little lower high, and we have some higher lows. So it's almost like a 12-hour equilibrium, and we've been trading sideways in this range for quite some time at this point, almost 2 weeks. So patiently waiting for this to break as well to know, should we be looking to altcoins for entries, or should we be looking to Bitcoin? And how this tightening range breaks is going to give us that short-term answer. We could easily stay within this range for another 3+ days, so patiently waiting there. Ethereum, nice long lower wick, bulls buying the dip. Anything under 170.105 is a daily lower high. And same thing as Bitcoin, we haven't changed the 4-hour trend. If you want to be an aggressive bull, that's actually a nice ETH hourly trend change, which Bitcoin has not seen yet. But if you want to be an aggressive bull, you're looking for entries on 4-hour higher lows on all these names. I'm not looking to be aggressive, so I'm not. But that is the setup. 4-hour higher low watch, daily lower high watch. ETH BTC, very healthy daily consolidation. This is what we would call a break of support with no follow through, which means zoom out. And it's not a weekly bull flag setup, but it is notable that the bulls are holding on well with lower wicks on all this consolidation. Litecoin on its daily time frame, just like the others, we're looking for that lower high to be set. Anything under 59.13 is just a daily lower high. 4-hour time frame, higher low for the aggressive bulls. Hourly chart trying to change the trend like Bitcoin. I need clarity on the daily. LTC BTC. Again, long lower wick, bulls buying the dip. So keeping some control here. Best case scenario for Litecoin bulls would just be for both this weekly time frame on the US dollar and Bitcoin pairings, both changing the weekly trend at the same time that would show a lot of power and we would get a good amount of follow through. That would be best case scenario for bulls heading into early February or even mid-February. XRP, so daily lower high and lower low, not a ton of bear follow through, but we know that anything under 241 is just a lower high. Has this move topped out yet? Depends on how the weekly potential inside bar breaks next week. Same setup as everybody else in that regard. Link USD, same thing, little bear break, not a lot of follow through, short-term resistance, 274. And anything under 274 is a lower high. 4-hour time frame, yet to change the trend. BNB, daily lower high and lower low, no bear follow through. Still very healthy consolidation. I'd say it's the healthiest looking right now out of the names we've just looked at. Most significant factor being the 12-period exponential support, which is still holding. So again, tightening weekly inside bar, waiting to see how it breaks next week. Could bulls recover from this? Little lower high and lower low and just head right back on up? Absolutely. You trim down the time frame to the 2 or 3 day chart and you could call those bull flags. So it is entirely possible that we just see continuation from here and don't top out on the weekly time frame yet. And again, if you want to be a part of that and think that's what's going to happen, you're entering on 4-hour higher lows if you did not already enter on the oversold bounce. BCH USD, same as everybody else, lower high, lower low, but a lower wick. Short-term resistance, 354.53. Anything under that is a daily lower high. XTZ USD. At this point on XTZ, I would start to be watching for a weekly lower high. Loss of the daily uptrend would indicate that a weekly lower high has been set. Right now on the daily chart, anything above 136 is just a daily high or low. So the daily uptrend is easily intact at this point, but keep an eye out because when that's lost, a weekly equilibrium is potentially the most likely setup here. Something to be watching for when that uptrend is lost. BSV USD and Dash, both really nice setups for their simplicity. Low of daily consolidation. We got the lower high that we were anticipating in the last couple videos, and now a higher low as well. Nice bottom fishing play. Support was 236. We bounced off of 244. And this one is worth watching for both for these tightening ranges. Expecting a break sometime within the next few days on both BSV and Dash. Same play. Dash bounced less than $2 above support. So high, low, lower high, higher low. Anything under 115.25 is a lower high. Best case for the bulls is to see these time frames get as tight as possible before the break, and then we can look to play those breaks. So Dash and BSV at the top of the list for clarity. Nice tight sideways patterns. Everybody else is a daily lower high and lower low with a lack of bear follow through at this point. And we are watching, can the bulls regain the 4-hour trend? Can they break the daily lower highs? And how are we going to break these weekly inside bars early next week? So what it boils down to, lots of correlation in the sector overall. Keep an eye on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and I would not be surprised to see the weekly inside bars break in line with this Bitcoin dominance chart breaking its sideways range as well. So looking for a little bit more clarity and patiently waiting on the sidelines. I may choose to be more aggressive if we were not seeing great volatility in the overall market. I've been trading Tesla, day trading every single day with great opportunity, and that's keeping me patient. I've got other things to be doing. I need to, that allows me the luxury of waiting for very clear setups in the cryptocurrency space. Gold performing well as well. And that's that. So I hope you have a good rest of your Friday. We'll check back in soon. Don't forget to do good things out there this weekend. And I hope you have a great weekend.